I was trying to get a picture of all of trying to get mad at the broom. She's not real brave. Tell us about it. Get out of that, knuckleheads. They like to lick up the sawdust and then they get sick. Knuckleheads. Got some wood. All right, well, I've got my fence set up tight to the blade. Should just need one pass on this. And I can't really use the fence as a guide for the whole thing because it'll just turn into freehand. So we're gonna give this a go. Well, that kind of worked. It kind of pushed my blade into my wooden fence here, but it worked about halfway through that cut. We started right there, right? We started right there. We did really good till we hit here, and it walked out of the cut. And then from there on, it struggled to cut. Get this little bit of a hickey here. Man, if my girlfriend came home with that many hickeys, I'd get me a new girlfriend. So I think we'll fix that over here. We'll just get her set up. We'll come over here. Now this little thing here, this is an old piece of equipment, guys. We talked about it before. It's a planer joiner. And I was using that yesterday, just having fun with it. And I noticed this thing's got some really precise adjustability. This is these stops, and they're adjustable. And so you can set it here by degrees, right, from what you want to cut. We're looking for a 90 here, right? Or they'll call it 0 degrees. But that's going to give us a flat, no angle on the cutting deck. And I put the square on it. It wasn't true. So I got to looking, and we've got a stop here and you can move this around. You can adjust that. This is a lock screw. You pop that loose, and then you adjust this adjusting screw. And as you adjust that adjusting screw, that turns this fence in or out as you adjust this screw up or down. And so I put my square here and I protrude that thing back to 90 or 0, as it were. So your pointer's not telling the truth there, right? So you can't go off of the pointer, put a square on. Actually, it's not on the 0, but you can't see it. There's a little line. There's a little line next to the 0, and that's where the pointer's pointing. It's not lined up on the 0, but it is on the line. So it is telling the truth. It just didn't look like it to my eyes and the eyes of whoever set it up last time, because they had it on the 0, and that was not correct. Anyway, so I locked it down and ran a couple pieces through it. It works pretty good. Yeah, there's no safety guards on any of this stuff. So don't do what I do. You do it the right way. And I'm going to fire this up and we're going to run some wood through it. Still leaving a little groove in my chip in my blade. I went to the store last night and they didn't have any, so I got to order some of those. That'll sand out pretty easily. That won't interfere with what we're doing. thing's still got a bow in the middle. Can't get it out.
Character.
It's in the back of it where it's got to go against the wall.
Character.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of character. Well, let's see here. Well, that's looking better. I don't have my true straight edge out here. My level's pretty straight, so I put my level on it. That's pretty true. We're in business. We're in business. Okay, so I'm working on this design here for my my floating shelf mounting bracket. What I've decided I can do, I can drill a hole here to slide. I'm gonna make a rod. Let me show you what I got going on. You'll be just as confused as I am. Okay, so here's what we're working on, right? We've got this shelf has to mount onto something that's coming out of the wall. So this rod is our mounting rod, and I'm going to have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 down the shelf. This rod is going to be out of the wall, then the shelf, and that's all that will be visible. The shelf has to have a hole in the back of it that this rod will slide into, right? So you mount this on the wall, you drill a hole in the shelf, you slide it inside the hole, right? And then you can't see anything because that's tight to the wall. But how do you keep the shelf from sliding off the rods, right? So here's what we're gonna do. Just like this idea here, right? Follow along with me. See, if I drill a hole here, right, then this rod will be inside. Say it goes in that far, right? You won't see it because it'll be inside. But if I come in here with the device like this, this is threaded inside for 5/16, right? So if I 5/16 by 18 thread. So if I come in here and I drill a hole and I screw this into the wood where it intersects the rod, I can put a set screw in it, or I can even use this as a set screw maybe. That's an idea. Anyways, I can put a set screw in here to hold that rod from sliding out. But when my shelf was thicker, before I planed it a million times, I thought this was going to be the perfect thread insert. And I was going to put it right there, and it was going to line up in the center. Right here would be the center. But now that I'm thinner, if I drill a hole down the center, right, I don't have enough room to put that all the way in. Are you confused? I am. I'm going to go to the store, see if I can find something smaller to do the same job. Yeah, are you confused as I am? Because I'm confused. No, I'm not confused. I know what I need to do, but it is confusing. It'll make more sense as more is revealed later. Drill press set up. We'll come in here, we'll stand the board on edge. We'll get our marks marked on the board. We got a little clamp. I got me some wooden cushions. We'll snug that board down to hold it stable, and then we'll drill our holes in there. I'm gonna run to the store. Ace had stuff. I don't think it's all the stuff I need exactly. It's not completely better, but it might be a step or two better. I don't know. Well, it's a step in the right direction. All right, guys, we're back. I had to do a little, I don't want to hear about it, but had to do a little adjusting on the drill press. We're going to be limited on how deep we can drill by the depth of the plunge for this saw. And the first time I tried to put it down, I hear a spring. My little spring here broke, so I had to fix that. I got this thing set up, but it's only got about a 3-inch drop. So that's going to limit me, right, on how deep I can drill my holes here. So that's going to limit my plunge depth to 3 inches. So I'm going to deal with it. But right now we're going to set up this camera and get set up for this. I'm going to start making my marks, and I'll tell you what we're doing there. All right, well, we're back. Lost you for a minute, but I'm getting set up for this second hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm ready to go. I'm on center, but I got my level on the wood, checking the surface, and I've checked the drill to make sure it's perpendicular, right? And at least as best I can. So yeah, we need to come back a little bit. That's pretty close. So we're going to go with it right there, see what we get. there's one. Let's do a quick measurement on that thing. Yeah, that's all the plunge. That's all the plunge we have right there. Let's measure it. That is just over 2 inches. So that's telling me, yeah, 2 inches is all I'm getting out of that thing. Which, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Let's go down here and let's drill this other side. That is about as good as anybody's going to get out of the gate. So let's drill this hole. Yeah, that's it, 2 inches. I wonder if I can get another inch out of there. Let's see, I'm gonna play a game here. All right, so I drilled my holes. I had them set. Well, you can't see very well there, can you? I dropped them a 1/2 inch. They're both at a 1/2 inch. I cheated and I slid the wood up the drill bit some and started again and was able to get my depth to 3 inches. So I cheated, but I got 3 inches. So now I'm gonna go check. We're gonna see if it'll work with the hardware we're gonna use. All right, so back over here where the light, you can see what's going on. I've got my 2 holes drilled, right? I've got one here and one here. Now, I've got molly anchors if we can't find a stud, but I'm counting on finding a stud. And but I'll use the mollies if I have to. So this little screw adapter has machine thread on this end, and it's got wood thread on this end, right? And it'll drop down in that hole 3 inches. So that gives me 3 inches. That means this remaining piece is what goes in the wall and attaches to the stud. So what we're going to try to do is mark the wall on a stud and run this wood screw, or run that wood screw into a stud. And so if that happens, then that means this is the piece left sticking out of the wall, right? And so this will slip right in. It's got a little bit of play, but that's how it's going to work. And you see how that works right there. And so that'll be in the wall, right? And so that'll be what's sticking out of the wall. You slide this on, there you go. Now, how do we make it stay on? Let's go to the bottom of the shelf. You still with me? This is in the wall. All right, this is in the wall. We've got 3 inches of peg into the wood. So now we come in here with this threaded insert. That's threaded inside for 1/4 inch and 1/4 by 20. On the outside, it's got this big wood screw. So we come over here, make sure we're in line with the stud. We drill a hole, or with the peg. We're going to come in here and drill a hole, and then we're going to take and screw this into the hole. Finish this flush with the wood, and then we're going to run the set screw in it, and the set screw will hold on to the peg. Nothing will ever come apart, and it won't ever fall off of the wall. At least that's the plan, people. And see, I got just enough room to make that happen. Yeah, just enough. That's the plan. All right, guys, I've got my wood marked. I'm going to grab it right now. I've got my 4 holes marked. I'm trying to be really careful with how I handle this because I don't want any more of this bark breaking off the live edge. I wouldn't normally have a towel anywhere near my drill press. It's not safe, but I need some padding, so I'm going to put this down on the padding. We're going to try to get it as close to the drill bit as we can get it, and start drilling some holes. And I'm not going to be able to get it down to 3 inches with the pilot bit, but once you get the pilot in, the other drill bit will follow it. So, and I don't have a way to clamp it, so we're just going to freehand it and do what I do best. wasn't pretty, but I got the holes I needed. And it'll be a little bit better when we use the larger drill bit. I haven't lost any bark. It's not pretty, but that's a way to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to my bigger bit. Be right with you. Now I've got my bigger bit marked where 3 inches is, so I may not be able to get it on the first go, but I know where to go. I know how far I need to go, and it won't get it with the plunge cut, but I have a way of cheating, and you shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get my 3 inches. Alright, that wasn't pretty, but I got all the holes I need, and they're all 3 inches. They're all 3 inches, and they're all still in the plane of where I was going for. So I think it's going to work. Now, I told you before I did that, don't do the things that I do just because you see me do it. You can get hurt. Fortunately, I didn't get hurt, but it's real easy to get hurt with a drill press. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Let's get. Well, let's get back down here to the work. All right, guys. So we're going to work on the back side. I've already made a line where I hope that hole would go, right? Now, looking at that, it looks like I'm still on it, or really, really close. Might be off just a little bit this way, but that's pretty close. Yeah, I mean, guys, you don't get no better than that. I'm right on the money. Check these others. Close enough for girls we date. Yep. Now here's the only reason that matters, right? The only reason that matters is because where I'm gonna drill a hole to put that set screw, I've got to be able to hit this rod or it don't work. Well, I've just checked and all my holes line up. I put a straight edge on here and I come out right in the middle of the rod, so they're still straight. So we are close enough. So now I'm going to come back here and and set those set screws. We don't want to be out here at 3 inches because that's the very end of our hole and we won't do no good, right? But we don't have to be right up here against the wall either because we want to have room to work an Allen wrench for the set screw. So I think I'm going to come out here to 2 inches. If I go 2 inches, then anything that comes out of the wall that's 2.5 is going to catch it, right? Maybe I'll go 1 3/4. I'll go 1 3/4. 1 3/4 inch, and we'll drill some holes for these set screws. I don't know. That's the way it looks to me. There's 1 3/4 right there. Right? It's 1 3/4 right there. Man, it's early tonight and the mosquitoes are already out. Now that, and I'll double check everything because I like to double check things. Everything there is 1 3/4. Now I think I can do that with my hand drill. I don't have to do the drill press on that. So I need to go get my drill, and I'm just gonna pop a hole right in there, and then we'll set the drill up for the set screw. All right, so I've got my drill set up, and I'll show you again, remind you what we're working on. These little nut inserts that we're going to put in to hold the set screw to lock that rod in place. So when I picked them up, it tells you on the bin when you buy it what size drill bit to use. So the drill bit is 5/16, so I need to drill that out to 5/16. So we're going to pilot it with this, and then we'll drill the 5/16. So I got me an 1/8 inch bit for my pilot. Now there's a hole, see, remind you, I got a hole here. I'm looking to hit that hole, so I'm going to drill slow because I don't want to drill through my shelf into the other side. So I'm going to be trying to feel when it goes through. Okay, drop through. So that one's through, right? So now I'm going to drill the other one out. I'm going to drill them all out, all the way through, until I hit that hole. Through. Got him. So now 5/16 is the next size that we got to use. And unfortunately, my 5/16 is the one you saw me burning up over there on the drill press. So it's not in too good a shape. Maybe it'll work. Let's see what we can do here, guys. Not too positive about this. That worked. Now, if that's the right diameter, yeah, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me show. So, see, here's the first hole we drilled. That was the one we fought, and we made our line, right? You see down in there? You can see this goes right there and it intersects. Right there. Down inside, it intersects. Maybe we get some light in there. I don't know. Anyways, I can see it. Hope you guys can see it. So that was right on the money. So now we got 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So let's get those 3 drilled. See how it works. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That dark wood is hard. Our hole's not quite on center, but that ain't nobody's fault but mine. And that didn't get much better than that. Still on the money. Oops. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to run the drill through lightly, make sure the hole's cleaned out. All right, those are cleaned out. Having to be really careful with that bark. Let's get a screwdriver. See if we can put one of those in without tearing it up. See what I'm doing, guys? All right, let's see if we can get that in there. Might need a different kind of tool. crooked. All right, that doesn't want to go in very good. Yeah, it's trying to go in crooked. They probably go in really good when they're put in with a machine. Yeah, not gonna want to go. All right, well, I put a little bit bigger drill bit in there, and maybe a little bit bigger screwdriver would help. Might have to do that too. But I'm gonna try a new hole. See if I can get one in. Problem is there's not an index on this thing. Didn't want to center very well. I think I got it. All right, so that one's in. That one works. I just had to drill my hole just a little bit bigger. Now, I don't know if it's worth putting some little tiny bit of glue on that. I think I will. I need a little bit bigger screwdriver. I'm going to put a dot of, oh, that's too much. I'll put a drop of soup Gorilla Glue on that thing. go. Now that sticks up just a little bit. I don't know if you can tell from your vantage point. It's sticking up just a little bit, but I can come in with a little sander. That's brass, and I can take that off a little bit. We'll be all right. Let's see if we can get this next one going. This is the one we started with, remember? It gave us trouble, so I came back and I drilled the holes out a little bit bigger. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing started. I think it's gonna go. Alright. That's all she's going to give me. Well, the Gorilla Glue should make the difference. And that one, I'll show you my mistakes. That one is a little bit higher. The reason that one's a little bit higher. Alright guys, so a chisel, a cold chisel will fit the slot. Yeah, I could probably use that. Probably should use that. But I found a little screwdriver. It's just a little bit on the large size. But look how well it fits this. That's perfect. So that's the size screwdriver you need. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what we got, okay? Let's set these right here. Alright, so I got me some holes drilled. I had to drill them a couple of times to get it to work right. Let's get this. I got this one started. Get a little bit, just a tiny bit of Gorilla Glue in there. These here, this wood is just a little bit thicker, so I'm going to be able to bring that down flush. Except that I've got a little splinter going on there, so I don't know yet. Yeah, let's get that. All right, we're in. That's a nice fit, and I might have to sand around that opening where I got a little bit of splintered wood. couldn't be helped. This wood is a little bit on the brittle side. So it's a little bit brittle. So I didn't want to respond to that. Well, let's see if we can grab another one. Can we get lucky? Can we get lucky and get another one? You can see it fracturing the top layer of wood off. That'll be all right. I'm gonna go ahead and drive it down. Yep. You know what I'm gonna do? Go ahead and cut that off. Oh, I don't like that it did that, but I'd rather have it off of there and not in my way. I can come around, fill that a little bit later. So now it's all the way in. Let's back it out a little bit. Let's put a drop of this Gorilla Glue on it. Put her back in. All right, cool. Cool, Roy. They both work. I got a little bit of I don't want any Gorilla Glue in my threads. I'm going to leave that alone, see if I can sand it down. But, yeah, crud. Anyway, so there we go. So those I don't have to grind off. They don't interfere on the inside. So the stud screws will still get in there and grab them. In principle, we're in good shape. Well, let me help you guys. So, this shouldn't have taken 3 days. It hasn't taken 3 days. I haven't been working on it solid. We've only been putting in a couple hours a day. See, it buckled up just a little bit right there. And I think I'm gonna come in here and after it sits up, I'll take the sander to that, because see, I've got that actually countersunk and it's not interfering inside. This one here is countersunk as well, but it flaked off a little bit, and I don't know, maybe I should have thrown some glue in there and hammer it down. Anyways, I'll run the sander over it and get all this debris off, and we'll hit it. Even though it's got some varnish on it, we'll sand it, and we'll hit this little one with the same stain that we're going to hit that one on. That one I've taken all the varnish off of it, so it needs a complete new coat. This one's still got varnish on it, but I glued up the loose bark earlier, and maybe I didn't. I thought I did. All right, this one needs a little bit of more glue. All right, well, let's go through and we can do that. We can glue these up, and then we can go to get something to eat or something, because it's hot. Anna's already been for a swim today. She's out here. She's got her own projects right now, but she's working on this cabinet. We drag a lot of stuff. Look at here. You see this cabinet right here? We picked that up, I don't know. We picked that up somewhere. It had 25 bucks or so. This is its sister, same cabinet, identical cabinet. And so she's painting it this nice shade of green. And when she gets done with that, then I'm gonna try to come in here, make a door for it. She wants me to add a shelf in here, and then make a door, hang 2 doors on it, and make that a kitchen pantry kind of thing next to the fridge. So we're always busy on something, but you know what? You pick up a cabinet like that somewhere for 20, 25 bucks, you can't even buy the lumber. You can't even buy lumber to do those kind of projects for that, and with the cost of things today. So we refurbish, we remodel. Like I said, I told you at the beginning of the video, we picked these little shelves up for, I don't know, man, they were like 9 bucks to, I don't know, $15 something. They weren't much. And this one here, let's go look at it. This one here looks good. It's turned out really good. Really pleased with it. Now let's look at it this way. All right. There's our edge. It's looking nice. You know, I've got it all glued down, and now I had to glue all the loose edges, but they're all tight now. And you were with me when I did the holes on the back. Those are my mounting holes, right? And we've got all 4 of those in. We've got our 4, we've set our 4 threaded inserts in. And so they're high, right? These are countersunk. Can't see them. These here, because I planed this board so much, it got thinner. You can see the difference right there. See, this is where we started, and that's what we ended up with. Because it got thinner, I can't get these in as deep. So that's why they're sticking up like that. But I put that Gorilla Glue on them when I threw them in. They're brass, so they won't hold like perfect, but it'll hold well enough for me to come through here with a cutoff wheel. I got my little cutoff wheel, right? My death wheel. We'll come in here and we'll just shave that off. Just shave that off with that wheel until those are flush. And then we'll come in and sand this whole thing with a sander, or maybe hand sand it, and stain it. So that's about all we're gonna do tonight. I think I'll throw some glue. I'll throw some glue on this little shelf right here. let me set this one out of the way. If I don't set it up out of the way, animals crawl on it. So I don't know if you can see that. See that movement? That bark is not tight. So let me get in here with the glue. I'll glue that up, and we'll get that